Welcome to the Jesus Show. Not that one.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Today I'm in, can you tell where I'm at? Can you guess where I'm at? If you guess somewhere in Hawaii, you are correct. I'm in Kona, Hawaii. How's it, brah? I'm at the beautiful, should I say? No, I shouldn't say what resort I'm at. Never mind. I'm at a place in Kona. I tried to record somewhere else on the resort grounds, and I was very inconspicuous, or at least I thought I was. And then somebody started following me. I was like, just kind of looking at my every move. I think it was security, and then I started setting up, and somebody goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing, just setting up a Zoom meeting." They said, "Well, you have a mic and a camera." I said, "Yeah, I just need my people to see me." He goes, "Yeah, you can't do that over here." And I said, "What?" So I don't want to get into an argument with security, being that I stay here for work. So I didn't want to get into it. Also, I'm kind of talking a little quiet and holding the microphone closer to my mouth because I'm outside on the balcony of my room, and when I was trying to do some test stuff, it was kind of echoey. So I don't want it to echo to you guys. So I'm going to use my sultry, sexy voice today. It's very nice. Normally at this resort, when they give us rooms, we're facing that way. We're facing the mountain, which is still a really beautiful view, in my opinion. But we don't get the chance. So today we're getting the chance. I went from Chicago to San Fran to Kona. And I came in by myself. I came to the hotel by myself. And I want to say the van driver's name was Adam. Very, very cool guy. It's about a, let's say, 40 minute drive from the airport to here. We talked the entire way, which I normally don't like to do. Actually, you know what? Let's start the show first. Top of the show stuff. I didn't do it very well on the last episode with Allie, so I have my show notes with me. Follow me on Instagram at The Jesus Show NTO, Twitter at Jesus Show NTO, Facebook, type in The Jesus Show, not that one, or The Jesus Show NTO. Follow me on TikTok at The Jesus Show, not that one. YouTube, type in The Jesus Show, not that one, or The Jesus Show NTO, and it should come up. Then email me your questions, comments, and concerns at thejesusshownto at gmail.com. All right. Let's get back into the driver, Adam. Adam was very nice. He started talking to me about, when he moved to the Big Island. And I want to say, he said he moved here in 2005. And then he's been here ever since. It was a good conversation. We were just talking. And the reason why I found it so enjoyable was because most of the time, I would say 9 out of 10 times, I hate when van drivers talk to me. Van drivers, Uber drivers, anybody. I get into the car and I don't want to say shit, just get me to my destination. But this guy was really cool. We talked, I got here, and I feel like because I was by myself checking into the hotel, felt like the front desk guy gave me a slightly better room. And also, he did this thing where, oh, gross, sorry. He did this thing where, you know, when you go to a bar and you're at the bar and you're waiting to order a drink and you're waiting there and you make eye contact with the bartender, but the bartender doesn't acknowledge you. Then the bartender goes and helps this person and that person, and they do some extra stuff, and you're just sitting there, still don't acknowledge you. And then finally, like 10, 15 minutes pass, and they go, oh, I didn't see you there. Okay. I don't know why it irritates me when, like, I feel like bartenders make themselves look busier than they are. I would understand if you're making a drink after another drink, after another drink, after another drink, and you're just like, I'm so sorry I did it. Like, yeah, fine, cool. I get it. I see you. But I feel like there's a lot of bartenders that just, they purposely take their time for whatever reason, whatever stupid fucking reason. And I feel like the guy at the front desk today was like that. I'm a big proponent of acknowledging the person that's in front of you. When you're walking by somebody, hello. You don't even have to say hi, just, you can give them a nod. But acknowledging your fellow human, your fellow man, there's an acknowledgement of, hey, I know you're there. When people don't do that, it annoys me. And I got in, and the guy was helping somebody else out, which is fine. They don't have to drop everything just because I'm crew. And then he was done, and I was going to say something, and I just waited a beat. I waited a couple beats. He didn't, like, mind you, I'm standing maybe four feet away from him. He saw me coming up to where we check in because we made eye contact. And I'm standing directly to his left at the desk. I know he saw me. And then he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. And I said, hi. He goes, oh, I didn't see you there. And I go, yeah, I guess I'm pretty small and unnoticeable. And he kind of gave me a, huh? And then he goes, oh, how many of you? And I said, no, just me. And then he goes, you know what? I'm going to give you a better room. And I said, okay. And sure enough, he gave me a better room. Like I said, we usually have the view of the mountain, but today we have the ocean, which is nice. And I actually didn't even know this part of the resort existed. This is kind of nice to know. There's basketball court, tennis court. Oh, and what I was going to tell you, I think he's riding around. Yeah, he is. The guy that told me that I couldn't record on 2 different locations over there, which were super, super amazing. He just passed by with a golf cart. That's another reason why I'm kind of keeping it down a little bit, because I don't want him to hear me and be like, hey, what are you doing? I mean, I guess they can't stop me from recording in my room. Also, again, I'm not saying the name of the resort, so. What I want to talk to you guys about. Did you guys watch the last video? The last episode? I did that yesterday with Ali. Poor planning on my part. We got home. We went to a Greek restaurant, which was really good. Ali's mom took us. Thanks, Ma. We went there, and then we went to Home Depot because Allie's mom wanted to buy us Adirondack chairs. Do you guys know what the fuck that is? I've never heard of an Adirondack chair. Uh, until I moved to Crown Point. Actually, until I met Allie's mom. Because they have Adirondack chairs. So she got us some Adirondack chairs. Went back home. I washed them off. Put them outside in the backyard. I took the boys for a walk, but I was adamant that I wanted to give Athanasios a bath before he went to bed. So I got home, gave him a bath, and I really like our bath time. Allie sits on the toilet, and then I sit there and I clean him up, and then I hand him off to her. I help her dry him, and then she puts his diaper on, puts his onesie, and then swaddles him, and then it's time for him to eat, and then Mimi's. But I want to make time for my son and not be a parent that says like, oh, I don't have time for my kids. Like, no, I don't care. I don't care if I don't sleep. I can give three shits. I'd rather give my baby a bath and spend time with him. And that's what I did. And then, if you follow my Instagram, you saw the setup that we had last night. Me and Allie recorded the episode, and then the moment we stopped recording, I had to go pack for this trip. And then I fell asleep at midnight. And then I woke up at 1 because he was being a little fussy. So I put him on my chest, and then we fell asleep for a couple hours. And then that's when I slept. I don't know, I slept maybe 2 hours. So I'm super tired. But it was all worth it. I got to hang out with Allie. I got to hang out with Athanasios, and I got to hang out with the boys. So I'll lose all the sleep when I'm at home if I have to. Not that I should, but if I go a couple days without sleeping because I'm doing things with them, I'd rather do that because. So I have this thing. I have like this guilt when I'm on layovers like this. Like clearly it's beautiful. And after I'm done recording, I'm going to go hit the pool, go hang out, look at the ocean. There's this thing that they do here, manta ray diving. I don't do it. I don't go into the water like that because there's sharks in the ocean and they can kill me and fuck that. But the boats, they do it right here, right next to the hotel. And the boats shine lights, I think, from the bottom. And then the hotel shine lights on the specific Pacific areas. And then as a bystander watching from land, I've heard that depending on how many there are, you can see them. So I'm gonna go watch that tonight. See if I can see anything. But I feel guilty because, like, I'm here. I'm making money. Like, I'd rather be home. Like, this is beautiful and shit, but I'd rather be holding my son and having him throw up and, fall asleep on me. But then when I'm here, I fall asleep hard. Almost every layover that I've had now, I don't even, like, I can't say, like, oh, I went to bed at 8. Like, right now, it's 6 o'clock. If I go back into the room and I don't go to the pool, I'll pass out. And then I wake up like 12 hours later. And then I go, what time did I go to bed? I don't even know. I feel great. I feel rested. But I just feel bad because I know that, like, Allie doesn't have that luxury, which sucks. And then when I'm at home, like, I try to take as much responsibility as I can But I mean, I can only do it for a couple hours at a time because then he wants Allie. You know, Allie's feeding him. Um, I don't have that capability. I'll put my finger in his mouth when he's getting too fussy, and Allie's like getting ready to breastfeed him, and it'll hold him over. He makes these cute little noises. He'll be like, "Eh," and then I go, yes, and then he's like, meow, meow, meow. Because I know he knows, like, this bullshit. Like, this is not mom. Um, but yeah, I feel guilty coming to work, experiencing these sweet ass layovers when I know Allie doesn't have that luxury yet. Um, so that kind of sucks. Like, I want them here, but then I know they can't because we have the dogs. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, guys. There's just a lot of guilt um, that I'm going through, and maybe it's dad partum depression. I'm trying to make up a word for it. I don't know. Um, but then I'm very thankful that I'm able to get myself out of these little funks that I get into sometimes because I think I have my health, I have my family, uh, I have a roof over my head, food in my belly, I have a job, I'm able to provide for my family. So then I just start thinking about a lot of positive things. And then that I go, oh yeah, I do have. And then I think to myself, like just earlier, I walked to the supermarket and I thought like, oh man, I'd rather be home, right? Which I would. But then I think like, man, like I look at the scenery, I look at, the ocean, the mountains, just being on the island. I think, man, there's a lot of people that save their whole lives just to come. And I'm over here like, I gotta go again. It's crazy. That part trips me out. It's like the same when I used to work at Disneyland. When I used to work at Disneyland, there was times where I would get off at like 5 or 6 p.m. Maybe between 5 and 7. And I knew like I'm not going to drive home because I'm just going to be stuck in traffic. So it can take me 2 hours to get home, or I can spend 2 to 3 hours in the park after I'm done with my shift and then get in the car and then go home. And that's most of the time what I would do. And I remember thinking at some point, I was like, oh man, I don't know. There was some family that they were from like, I think Iowa or something. And it was during the year of a million dreams. And I was with one of the dream members. They were, making some dreams come true. And I loved tagging along for that because I was just dope. And they asked him like, oh, how many are you? Because they were going to give him fast passes. Oh, how many people in your family or in your party? And they said 32. And they're like, oh yeah, what are you celebrating? And the people are like, oh, it's grandma's, 93rd birthday. And then we started talking to him, and have you ever been here before? No. Have you ever been outside the state? No. How long have you guys been saving for this? I don't know. I think they said something like, man, I can't even remember. Something like over 10 years. I just thought, man, like there's people that save money for years to come to a place that I get paid to go to. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense right now? I hope I'm making sense. Like people save, these people saved for 10 years to go to Disneyland, where I just drove 25 minutes to get to work. Like that's where I work. And to be there, they're paying me. And then there was times where I was like, I don't even want to go. Like so dumb. I feel like that with this job. Like I've been very fortunate to go to different places, all around the world. And I've thought to myself many times, like, man, people, like some of the places that I've been, sometimes the people that I'm taking to the destination, they're like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm like, I got 4 more of these fucking trips. Like, I wish I didn't have to do this shit. And it puts things into perspective. And then it makes me, like fall in love with the job again. It makes me be grateful, feel grateful, and then just like remember why I do everything. Yeah, so that's where my headspace is at. For this show, I really didn't feel like I feel like I under prepared. I under prepared. I didn't prepare. Um, I just wanted to turn the camera on and shoot some beautiful scenery for you guys. I know it's no Maui. It's definitely no Maui, but it's still beautiful. Oh, can you see? Can you see the fire? They turned on. They turned on the fire. The torches. I hope you can see that in the shot. Do they do a luau over here? Oh, maybe this is where they do the luau. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I might be able to see it. Interesting. In Maui, you come out of the hotel and there's an area where they do the luau's. But it's, if you didn't pay to gain entrance into the luau, you can't see it from the outside. You can hear it, but you can't see it. In Honolulu, the hotel that we stay at specifically doesn't have a luau. But this looks like the ground right here. I hope I'm doing this right. Right there, there's like a stage. And then there's torches everywhere. Then there's that open space. And there's people walking around all in the same uniform. It looks like they're getting ready for it tonight. Oh, that's cool. Uh-huh. Yee-hee. Greg. Yee-hee. My brother knows what I'm doing. Yeah, I really didn't plan anything for this episode. I just wanted to point and shoot and talk and let you guys see what I'm doing at the moment. I know the last episode I started with it, and I don't know why I feel like I need to reiterate it, but I guess I will. The last week when I was here in Maui, Jesus Christ, I don't even know where the fuck I am, in Kona. Last week when I was here in Kona, like I got upset. I saw some stuff and I was telling Allie, I was like, I'm not going to put out an episode because it's just like, I feel like I'm going to rant and rave. And then I came to the conclusion, like, I don't give a shit if I'm ranting and raving. Like, I'm going to try to be as real and honest with you guys as possible. If I feel something, if I don't like something, you guys are going to know about it. Whether it be a new butthole wiping technique to what I feel like about gun violence and gun control. Something as simple as, the way puke smells to, abortion rights and everything in between. I don't have any kind of, like, I'm my own manager when it comes to this show. Me and Allie talk about it sometimes, but for the most part, she doesn't even tell me what I can and can't talk about. I know there's times where she goes, "Oh, you just recorded, yeah." Oh, how'd it go? And I go, I really lit it up this time. And she's like, yeah. And it's cool that she doesn't ever tell me like, oh, okay, make sure you don't say this, make sure you don't say that. So yeah, I'm gonna, I know this podcast started as soccer and comedy, but I'm still trying to find myself even a year later, a year and a half later into this thing. I'm still trying to find my feet, and I honestly think I won't really figure out what I'm doing, how I'm doing it until, I don't know, maybe 5 years in. And who knows? Maybe I won't last 5 years. Maybe a year or two, I might be like, okay, well, see you later. That's the end. Um, or who knows? It might be 15 years in, and you guys are probably gonna be like, God damn, you still have stupid shit to talk about? I'm gonna be like, yep, here I go again. Uh, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave you guys at. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Tell all your friends, tell your family, listen to the Jesus Show, not that one. And I'm gonna continue to try to pick up some sweet ass Kona layovers like this, Maui and Honolulu layovers. And hopefully I'll be filming more of them from the island. All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next week.